Good morning, Danny. It's August 29th. I've had such a busy time at school and with docent training, but today my school decided that it was going to give us all the day off for some weird, random reason. And boy, let me tell you, it is awesome that I had today off. I was able to just lie in bed for a while, and that was fantastic. But you know, there was someone who rarely, if ever, took a day off. And that person was Rosalind Franklin, today's Female Scientist Friday. Rosalind was, of course, born in Cheerio, England. I apologize to all the English people out there for that accent. She was also an extremely intelligent young lady, and at the age of 15, knew that she wanted to be a scientist. That's incredible to me. I mean, when I was 15, I was thinking about how to ollie over a curb. I guess getting my license so I could start driving. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. As soon as she could, when she turned 18, she decided that she was going to go off to college to study chemistry. Only 3 short years later, she was awarded second-class honors, which at the time was the equivalent of getting your bachelor's degree. And just 3 years after that, she got her PhD. I just need to interject and remind you that she was 24 years old with a PhD in chemistry. Accidental rhymes or accidental. But her brain wasn't even done forming yet, and she had a PhD. After getting her PhD in chemistry, she met up with a crystallographer whose name I'm totally gonna butcher, but is Jacques Meringue, and he would actually teach her about X-ray diffraction. Now, it doesn't matter what that is, but it turned out to play an important role in her life. She joined a research institute that would actually use her knowledge in X-ray diffraction in all of their research. Their research, which they happened to conduct on DNA. So Rosalind and her student that they gave her took pictures of DNA and found that there were 2 different forms of it. Dry A form and wet B form. Again, it's not really important what those things are, but one B form photo, photograph 51, would go on to be an extremely famous picture that actually informed everything that we know about DNA, based on a machine that Rosalind had modified and used herself. Unfortunately, Rosalind doesn't typically get credit because a scientist that she was working with actually shared her photo with competing scientists whose names happen to be Watson and Crick. If those names sound familiar, it's because we typically credit them with the discovery of DNA. Rosalind, to her credit, didn't get discouraged when her work was basically pawned off on other people, and she continued to do research on RNA and was extremely influential in the field of virology. Unfortunately, like so many brilliant radiation scientists at the time, she developed ovarian cancer and would die at the young age of 37, working on scientific discoveries almost up until her last days. While Rosalind didn't see the credit that she deserved while she was alive, she's gone down in history posthumously as an amazing woman scientist, and just a great scientist in general. Without her, our knowledge of DNA or certain viruses would be so incomplete that it would hinder most of the research being done on cancer or mapping the human genome. So here's to you, Rosalind Franklin. You're an amazing scientist. Danny, I will see you on Tuesday.